Hi, I'm Anca, and this is the place to be to hear about the latest tech trends in healthcare. Over the past 5 years, I did my best to explain what blockchain is in simple terms. What is a decentralized system? What are cryptocurrencies? What can it do in healthcare? However, despite my best efforts, I realized that there are certain things people just can't wrap their head around. And rightly so. It did take me quite a while to understand these concepts. So in today's video, I am debunking some of the most common misconceptions people have about blockchain. Welcome. Usually, people think that blockchains and databases are the same because both are used to store data to some degree. But this is as far as the resemblance goes. In fact, each of them are used for entirely different things and even store data in very different ways. Here are some features that can help you distinguish between a blockchain and a centralized database. A centralized database, just as the name indicated, is managed by a unique administrator belonging to a single organization. Blockchains, on the other hand, are decentralized, meaning that they are managed by a network of stakeholders, each belonging to different organizations. One of the consequences of centralization is that data integrity in centralized databases can be compromised. Blockchain, because they work in a distributed manner, guarantee data integrity. In a centralized database, you can usually create, read, update, and delete information. Blockchains are immutable, meaning that you can only create and read information. You cannot update or delete anything that you had previously recorded. Centralized databases are mainly used to store data. On the other hand, blockchains are very bad at storing large volumes of data. In fact, they are designed to record transactions or digital proof of sensitive data. These are just some of the ways to distinguish between a centralized database and a blockchain. There is not one blockchain. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of different blockchains. Each one of them has its own specific features. For instance, some of them are public and some of them are permissioned. A public, permissionless blockchain is open to everyone without access restrictions. Completely decentralized. Anyone can transact there, read the transactions, and anyone who wants and can afford it can participate as a transaction validation node. This means that no single entity has control of the network, ensuring that data cannot be changed once it is recorded in this public registry. Permissioned blockchains operate an access control, restricting who can join the network, become a validation node, and perform transactions. These blockchains would be more beneficial in a context where you have several organizations that operate in the same industry and require this common ground to perform transactions and relay information. I really hope that by now most people know the difference between blockchain and Bitcoin. In fact, the myth is not only that blockchain is the same as Bitcoin. No. Usually, the sentence continues into something like, blockchain is the same as Bitcoin and it is used for drugs, weapons, and money laundering. Well, that is false on so many different levels. First of all, blockchains and Bitcoin are two very different things. You can imagine that blockchains are the technology that is used to power the virtual currency that's called Bitcoin. In other words, blockchain is the technology and Bitcoin is the application. Blockchains as a technological layer can be used for a lot of other applications that have nothing to do with cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin. For instance, you can use blockchains in healthcare to track consents. See, it has nothing to do with Bitcoin, and it has also nothing to do with drugs, weapons, and money laundering. Now, although it is true that some cryptocurrency transactions can be legal, just as cash transactions, Blockchains are mostly used for perfectly authorized activities. It is true that blockchains such as Bitcoin require huge amounts of computational power and therefore consume a lot of energy. However, this high energy consumption is very specific to some blockchains. Therefore, it is important to note that among the hundreds of blockchains that exist today, a lot of them pose no threat whatsoever to the environment. In fact, most of the blockchains used for business cases do not consume large volumes of energy at all. Therefore, environmental concerns shouldn't be a reason to slow down blockchain adoption in an industry such as healthcare. Here were some of the most common mistakes people make when thinking about blockchains. If you know any other, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you next time.